Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to show you how to play Nothing by The Script. This is one of my absolute favorite songs to play on the guitar, but it's also broadly misunderstood by the guitar community. A lot of people play cheater versions of it, and today I want to show you how to play a proper version that involves the true chords that are being played by The Script, as well as those beautiful harmonics and some great syncopated rhythm and everything. So let's get to it. So this song has three sections. We have a verse, we have a chorus, and we have a bridge. And we're going to look at each one of these by looking at the chord progression first, and then looking at the right hand picking. So starting with the verse, we have four chords to begin that first cadence. We have a D over E, which is a D chord with an E bass note underneath, and then a D chord, a B minor chord, and an A chord. So you'll start with your middle finger on the 12th fret, index finger on the 10th fret on the 6th string and 2nd string, and you're going to let that 4th string ring open. Then you're going to switch to your middle finger on the 10th fret of the 6th string and your ring finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. Then you're going to take that shape, move it down to the 7th position, and then you'll move it down to the 5th position. And that gives us our four different chords. To play the harmonics, you're going to reach on your D chord, that's your second chord there in the 10th position. You're going to reach to the 3rd string, 7th fret, and to the 1st string, 12th fret. So your second set of harmonics are going to be on the A chord. That's the one in the 5th position at the bottom of that chord progression. You're going to play the first harmonic on the 4th string, and we're going to say about fret 3.2. So it's slightly higher than the 3rd fret, and you're going to have to experiment to find this note. This is the hardest note in the entire piece, and having some fresh strings on your guitar really helps. This is also a song that you really notice the difference between a cheap guitar made out of plywood, where you don't get a lot of harmonics, and a really high quality guitar made out of good quality solid tone wood. And then the last harmonic is on the 2nd string, 5th fret. Okay, so sort of rounding out the chord progression for the verse, you're then going to go down to 3rd position with that chord shape and play a G chord, and then you go back up to B minor in the 7th position and back down to A, and then you round it out by going down to F sharp in the 2nd position, and then that repeats. There's also a little A suspended 2nd chord you'll see me demonstrating right here. And then you're going to strike the top of the guitar with your fist. Really, you want to just do this on the strings right in front of the bridge to give that kind of muffled, muted thumping sound. Okay, and then for the right hand, as you're playing these chords, this is a little bit complicated, but you're going to be moving your thumb back and forth between the 6th string and that open 4th string as you go through these chords. And you're going to be playing a fairly syncopated rhythm. I figured you guys can kind of learn this by ear if I play it slow enough and you watch along. Meanwhile, your index finger is just playing quarter notes on that 2nd string note. Whatever it happens to be inside of the chord that you're playing, it's just playing a steady 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You are suspending the rhythmic interplay between the thumb and index finger when you play your harmonics, as you'll see in the demonstration. Use your ear, count it out if you want. I'm not going to give you guys it all tabbed out. That's not what this is, but that kind of gives you a really good close-up of how I'm actually playing this. Okay, so then looking at the chorus, we have a 4-chord progression again. It's actually the same chords that we used in the first part of the verse, but we're going to play them in a slightly different way, meaning that our shape to our hand is going to be a little bit different, and we're going to play them in a different order. So we're going to start with a D chord. Your 4th finger is going to be on the 6th string, 10th fret, and your pinky is going to be on the 2nd string on the 10th fret, and your index finger is going to be playing on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Your fifth string will be muted as you do that, but your fourth string and first string are going to ring open. Then you go down to the open position and play an A suspended second, so that's fourth string and third string on the second fret and second string on the third fret, as your fifth string, first string are both open. Then you go up to the seventh position and you're going to play the sixth string and the third string on the seventh fret, but the second string will be on the 8th fret to begin, and then it will come down a half step to the 7th fret. And then you're going to play a G major second, and this is going to be played with the third finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, index finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, and the 4th finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret. You've got your 4th string open, and your 1st string is muted, as well as your 5th string. So those are the chords. As far as strumming this, here's the strumming pattern. I'm not holding a pick, though. If you are skillful enough to tuck a pick inside of your hand while you're doing the finger picking, you can use a flat pick for this, but it's a pretty basic down-up syncopated rhythm. If you're used to learning songs by YouTube tutorials, you should be able to figure this out pretty easily. Okay, after you play the chorus and you transition back into the picking part that you use for the introduction, for all of the verses, for the outro of the song, you're going to slap the guitar. Now, I just want to talk about this. If you do the technique right, you won't hurt your guitar and you won't hurt yourself. You want to hit the shoulder of the guitar, either on the bass side or the treble side. I think the treble side is easier to get to, so I would do that unless you have a cutout on your guitar, in which case, obviously, you're going to need to hit the bass side, but you're really just slapping it. It's more about how fast you hit it rather than how hard you hit it. I mean, if you're punching the guitar with your hand, it's going to hurt your hand and potentially damage your guitar, but you should be able to just give this real whip little slap to it and get a really loud sound out of it. Okay, and then the last part. This is slightly altered from the way that the script plays this chord progression. I like doing it a little bit differently, so this is my arrangement from the cover that I did a couple years ago. So I'm starting off with an E minor 7, so everything open except for the 5th string on the 2nd fret, and then we play a D over F sharp, so it's a D major chord, but you just mute the high E string and play an F sharp with your thumb on the 6th string, and then you've got a G chord. This is a little bit simplified. We're not playing our 5th string note, we're just muting that with the underside of our middle finger, and we're not playing a 1st string note either. We're playing the 2nd string 3rd fret, and we're just muting the 1st string. And then we play that A suspended second we used in the chorus. And then we have a little hammer-on section where we play our open 5th string, hammer onto the 2nd fret, and then play the 4th string open. And then that beautiful cascading part that comes immediately after that is a D chord. And then you lift up your middle finger off of the 1st string so that it's open and reach with your pinky to play on the A string 4th fret. And that will give you that beautiful sort of ambiguous chord, D major over C sharp. Now, some people may opt to not play D major over C sharp, and instead they're going to play an A over C sharp because C sharp is the 3rd of A, so it makes a lot more sense harmonically to do that, but I think it's great to play it in this beautiful, undefined, ambiguous harmony that there's a lot of tension in it. Alright guys, so that's the video. That's what I've got for you. Hopefully you're able to learn it from this. It's not necessarily the easiest arrangement, so explaining it is not necessarily the easiest job, as you can imagine, but it's a fantastic way to play this song, especially if you're a solo singer-songwriter like myself. It's really great to take pop songs like this and be able to incorporate enough of the elements into your arrangement that it's convincing when you play it by yourself. Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked it. Comment down below, give me your thoughts, requests, all that kind of stuff. And if you want to see content like this before everybody else, head over to Patreon. The link is in the video description. For $1 a month, you get to see everything early. For some of the higher tiers, you can take lessons with me. But I'm Walstead, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.